Hi, Dave with Tornado here. Today I've got the Surge Extractor in front of me. Ultimate cleaning machine for cleaning carpets, hard floor surfaces. We're gonna show you how to use it and maintain it. Let's get right into it. Your Surge Extractor comes with the Surge Extractor, the 2-piece stainless wand, inline solution and vac hose, a pump primer hose, 2 power cords, and the operations manual. All right, now we got everything out of the box. Let's put it together and get ready to clean. First thing you're gonna wanna do is find that 2-piece bend wand. The top part fits inside the bottom part, slides right in. And then you're gonna attach it to the back of the machine. You're gonna wanna put it so the handle is facing away from you and it locks into place, just so it's not in your face when you're transporting the machine. I like to take the primer hose and wrap it up with the cord so I make sure everything is together. We've got 2 separate spots for the cords to hang. One thing you'll love about this machine is everything is compact and on the machine, ready to go. Nothing's back in that janitor's closet. I'm gonna move it around to the front. Take our inline solution and vac hose and attach that right to the front. I'm gonna fit everything right inside that cavity. Take the drain hose, wrap it through the ring, and that'll kind of lock it in place. We even got a spot for your chemical right there. Now that we've got everything on the machine, next step, let's go fill it up. All right, filling it couldn't be any easier. Right in front, I've taken the hose away so you can see it nice and easily, but you're gonna remove this cover, and that cover is tethered to the machine. So that's important. You don't wanna lose that piece because that's what keeps things from falling back into that solution tank and screwing up with the pump. So we're gonna take a bucket, but even better than a bucket is the ability to hook it up to any water source, whether it's a hose or a sink, and go ahead and fill the machine nice and easily. So once you're done filling, slide the hose back inside the solution cavity. Make sure it's fit all the way to the bottom. Put that cover back on, and you're all filled up and ready to go. All right, now that we've got the water in there, we're gonna wanna take our chemical and make sure you add the right amount to that front tank. Again, oversaturating carpets with chemistry is not a good idea. Most extraction fluids are 1/4 ounce to 1 ounce per gallon. So make sure that you read the instructions on the bottle and kind of know how much you put in that tank. So once we add it to the tank, just a little bit is good. We're gonna get the machine set up and ready to go. First, I like to take off the solution hose. And I'm gonna plug in the unit. The primer hose, we'll set that aside, but the only function of that primer hose is to make sure that we're plugging it into the front and bleeding out all the air from the pump line. And you'll notice that plug has a little bit of an L shape right there. So you're gonna wanna find the prong on the machine that has that, so you know that that's where it fits and then locks into place. Just a quick turn. Same thing with this one. There's that L shape right there and locked in. So now that we're plugged in, it certainly bears mention that the left side is going to be for your heater. So if you're not using the heat and you're just going to use the vac and the pump, then you only need to have the right side plugged in. But But for our purposes today, we're going to use them both. Also nice to see here our Made in the USA sticker, made in Fort Worth, Texas by our great team in Tornado. All right, so the first thing we're going to want to do is set that two-piece wand together. You'll notice the handle, I just snug it on there so that it's loose and I can slide it back and forth to where it's going to be comfortable for me. I like to put it right about 2 inches or so above where it's going to connect to the bottom piece. Whatever's comfortable for you works. Then you're going to want to take a 1/2 inch nut driver or a socket and just snug that down. Good. Take the top piece, slide it right into the bottom piece, and we're good. Next, we're going to want to take that primer pump hose, and this is really the hose's only function. We're going to plug it in here and turn the pump on. What we're trying to do is bleed out all the air that may be in the pump, as well as bleed out the solution that we put in here. It's windshield washer fluid. So when we ship them in cold weather and they may sit on a dock or on a truck, that windshield washer fluid protects those pumps from splitting and freezing. So what we're going to want to do is just quick disconnect that hose. I like to put it right into the recovery tank and turn that pump on. And you can just watch it pumping out until you get a nice steady stream. And once you've got that steady stream, you know the pump is primed and ready to go. Another way to speed that up is if you've got the recovery tank all covered up, you can insert it right here where the vac goes, turn on the pump and the vac, and it'll suck that water through and speed that process up. And now I know that pump is primed. Okay, you're going to remove that. The next thing you're going to want to do is hook up that solution line. And one thing I love about our solution lines, they are built right into the vac hose. Many times you're going to see box extractors with the solution hose either taped or zip tied to the outside. Those zip ties are sharp and they catch on furniture and they catch on carpeting and they're destructive. So at Tornado, you're going to notice that we have our solution hose built right in. We're going to take the male end of the solution hose and quick disconnect right into where it says solution, quick disconnect. And we're going to take the vac hose and just kind of plug that on the cuff right there. And now this end is going to connect to our wand. But before I connect to the wand, what I like to do is turn on the vac motor, get some suction running through here, and take a little bit of defoamer in my hand, and then just suck the defoamer right up through the whole system. The trick is you never know what you're going to be cleaning. There might have been somebody that left some extraction fluid on that floor, might be oversaturated with some other chemical. So we're trying to eliminate putting a lot of suds inside that tank. Defoamer is always a good option to do that. So I'm going to turn that on and I'm going to suck the defoamer right up through the hose so that the whole system is now defoamed. Just a little bit is all you need. And now that whole system is defoamed all the way up through. All right, we'll get our wand. And we're ready to clean. I want to direct your attention now to the control board, which is nicely elevated for the operator to see everything that's going on with the machine. 3 easy buttons, and this particular model, the 500, has the variable pressure regulator. The other models, they just are a standard PSI rating for whatever that machine is. But what I like about this one is the fact that you can regulate that pressure anywhere from 5 to 500 PSI. We're gonna clean probably right around 400 PSI for what we're doing here. Less PSI if you're cleaning things on walls like drapes or maybe office partitions, entrance matting, small mats that might move. You might dial that PSI rating down. But heavy duty carpet that we've got here, we're gonna go all the way up. All right, so reading across the board here, we've got our pump switch. And when I turn that pump switch on, you'll notice the regulator is going to shoot up, and then you can dial that back. Let me show you how that works. By turning it counterclockwise, we're decreasing the PSI pressure, and clockwise is going to increase that pressure all the way up to the 500 level. Now we're plugged in for the heater. You may or may not use the heater depending on what you're trying to do. But when I turn that heater button on here, that orange light's going to illuminate. And then of course our green button down here is telling me that I've got a dual circuit going on. What that means is when you're running the heater with the pump and the vacuum, you might want to have it on 2 different circuits because older buildings, areas where there might not be as much current draw for the machine to operate, you might want to be on dual circuits. And this machine is nice because it tells you if you're on 2 separate circuits, so you're not going to be popping fuses in that building. So I'm going to turn the pump on, the heater's on, and I'm going to turn the vac on, walk around and get that wand going and show you some cleaning techniques. Now when I'm cleaning and I see a spot that I want to saturate, you can kind of hover that wand right over the top and get that spot really wet and then work that into the floor. But when I'm just doing my extracting, I want to reach out, squeeze the trigger handle, and then just pull that back towards me. Now a couple of passes, you might just use the vacuum to make sure you're getting all of that moisture up off the floor as best as possible. All right, so we've just cleaned the floor, and now I want to show you one of the cool features of this machine and how easy it is to interchange hand tools, other cleaning tools, from the wand right to the stainless hand tool. So I'm going to disconnect the hose right there and right here. And I'm going to connect my hand tool. And that's it. You're converted over, ready to start cleaning some upholstery. One thing you're going to want to make sure you do is turn that pump on and dial that PSI back. I'm going to dial it back to right around 50. Now imagine if you had a chair. Wow, that was great. Turn on the vacuum. Easy cleaning, nice slow strokes. Are really going to do justice when you're cleaning upholstery, drapery, really anything that requires a hand tool. Got a couple more accessories I need to show you for a little bit more deeper cleaning. You're going to want to take a look at our Wonder Wand. So I'm going to disconnect our hand tool and I'm going to pull the Wonder Wand out. And what that is an extractor tool that's designed with the jets built in. A typical extractor head, like the one that we have over here, has the jet right out here. The vac comes along, the spray happens, it's all outside. Having those jets built into the vac shoe make sure that there's no overspray. But what's even neater is the fact that this roller allows the operator to keep that head in contact with the floor at all time, virtually eliminating the need for a handle. We put it on this one anyways, but you're gonna see what I mean. When you are cleaning, you simply roll that out, depress the handle, and clean backwards. So I never have to take that head off the carpet floor. And I don't have to pick it up. Just a nice, easy, quick way to clean your carpeting. You'll also notice with the Wonder Wand that the solution hose is stainless braided, and we've got quick disconnect filters right down here. And all these jets are quarter turn, press down, pop out, and easy to keep clean. The way the Wonder Wand works is those jets being built into the actual vac shoe, shooting the water down to the floor while the vacuum is pulling those carpet fibers straight up in the air. So that water is washing the carpet. Think of my fingers for a second as a carpet fiber. It's washing that carpet fiber from the bottom all the way up, virtually eliminating browning and wicking and all of those nasty things when you clean a carpet and you come back the next day, the spot came back. That's a wicking process. This will virtually eliminate that because we're cleaning from the root up. The Wonder Wand is fabulous for that, easy to use, certainly something to take a look at for next level cleaning. Lastly, I want to show you our hard surface tool accessory. Now the way this one works, connect right in here again. This is for cleaning tile, any hard surface, anything that's going to be non-carpeted basically. And you've got the scrub brush with a squeegee on the other side. The way that works is you're just going to apply the product, squeezing the handle. It's going to come out that jet that's positioned down, shooting at the floor, right there. Saturate the floor, scrub the surface, and then this rotates right around to pick up the slurry and dirt. Great for tiles, kitchens, bathrooms, anywhere, virtually in a bathroom setting that you're going to come in contact with. All right, so now that we've done our cleaning, it's time to clean up the machine. Remember, a clean machine is a cleaner's dream. So this machine is super easy to get cleaned up. The quick disconnect, everything is right at the operator's level. We're not bending down trying to disconnect things and remove things. Even the front drain hose makes it super easy to be on the fly, drain this tank from a commode or a urinal or a floor drain. You don't have to reach down and back and kind of bury it in a janitor's closet. We're going to show you how just easy it is to use a bucket and drain that tank out. All right, put that cap back on. And I always like to make sure I have a rag around just to get all the streaks off of the machine. Now, if we're done cleaning for the night and we're ready to put the machine away, what I like to do is take the recovery tank cover off, take the drain hose down, open up that cap, and let it sit in the sink, bucket, toilet, wherever you're going to drain the machine out, and then just hose the inside of that tank out. Once you're done, leave that cover off, and you can even leave the cover for the drain hose off, and that will allow the air to get inside that tank and keep it nice and clean and dry. If you start to cover that stuff up while it's still wet, it can start to mold and mildew and build up in that tank, and it smells terrible. All right, next we're gonna show you just how easy it is to maintain your Surge Extractor. From a serviceability standpoint, the Surge has the ability to work on it from the rear. You've got a nice service panel here that's gonna fold down and show us the pump. And for deeper dives in the maintenance arena, the whole machine is hinged here and here, and the top clamshell design opens up. And I'm gonna show you just how that works. So the screw is here and here on that service panel, and that's gonna allow this piece to fold down, giving you easy access to your pump. I'd spin the machine around front. And right here and here are two set screws that you're gonna just take off. And now the whole machine is able to rock back on those hinges, exposing your pump, your inline heater, and your vac motor. Also, from a serviceability standpoint, it's important to note that inside the Surge, we've added extra protection with this Airwatt motor. The Airwatt motor is specifically designed for moisture environments. How that works is the bearings inside are completely sealed. You'll see in this cutaway, the bearing right here is sealed all the way around. It has plastic surrounding that. That's important because you don't want moisture to be entered into there and seal up those bearings. Also, the Airwatt motor has a lot less amp draw than your typical vacuum motors. Great protection. We've added it in the Surge. So that's the Surge 500 carpet extractor from Tornado. You can see it's very compact, easy to use, multi-surface, deep cleaning machine. For more information, you can always find us at tornadovac.com.